Welcome to Harley's Modern Life. Today we have an interesting episode for you. We're going to be fixing the cooling fans on the Buick. Oh, wait. Something's not right here. Oh, there you are. Okay. So yeah, today we fix cooling fans. Let's go. Here we have both our fans. This passenger side fan over here is the condenser fan that's supposed to run with the ACs on. And when I jiggled this connection, which you can see the clip there, when I jiggled that connection with the car running, the fan cut right on. So either the mount is loose inside the engine, inside the motor, or something like that. We'll have to check that out. And this one, I just probed the hot wire going in there. That light's kind of blowing it out. But the top wire coming in here, I probed that with my power probe here. And it shows hot coming all the way to this connection. So this is probably a bad motor. But I'm going to go ahead and pull that connection, put power to it with my power probe just to verify. So it's looking like that's probably a bad motor. This whole thing is one unit, so I'll probably just need to go get a whole nother unit. Okay guys, let's get into it. As we are doing these cooling fans today, this should be pretty simple other than probably the wiggling out of the fans. Let's show you the bolts you have to remove. One is right there, and there'll be one on the other side, and the bottom is just slots down there. I'll show you when I get the fan out. These are the two tabs or slots I was talking about. There's little slots that they go into, and they just slide right down in there. Hopefully this will focus on it. The other side is right there. That 10mm. They'll both be 10s. If you can pull those out, then you just have to worry about wiggling it out between the AC lines and the radiator hose right here. That's going to be the only tough part about this, I think. So let's try to get you set up a little bit where you can see me working. And as you can see, the other night when I did my little diagnostics, I found out that this was loose. A zip tie has kept it working the few days that I needed it to work in the meantime. So we'll just pull this bolt on the driver's side first. I'm really hoping that I can get this off without having to pull this coolant line. Next up, we'll need to remove the one on the passenger side, which is right in between there. You can't really see it. This one is a bit harder to get at. And voila! Now we just need to pull our electrical connections and undo our very lovely and quite professional, if I must say, temporary repair. Zip tie is out of the way. Squeeze your clip and release. Alrighty. Those guys are both down and loose. Now we see if we can't wiggle this thing out of here. I don't want to have to take this core support out, but that might be our next step. It'd be a heck of a lot easier if I did. I just have to pull. There's a bolt going through here, bolt going through here, two on the other side that are blocked in by the entire air box. We're going to have to pull these bolts, remove our air box, and pull those bolts, and then see if we can't Undo these screws, drop our core support down and out of the way and up, and that'll give us a lot easier access. Now our air box has 3 clips, one here, and one back there. Remove those, and you can lift up and hopefully out of the way. It would appear I'm gonna have to disconnect the mass airflow sensor or manifold absolute pressure sensor, I'm not sure which one this car has, and loosen up the rubber hose that goes to it so that I can actually flex it up enough. Now, never having done this job on this Buick before, it's basically like any car you get into a new project. If you've got a lot of experience, you just start looking at what needs to come off and you take it off step by step. And you can always go to YouTube first and watch somebody else do it. But I was a professional mechanic for a long time, so a lot of the times I just kind of dive in if it's something like this, because I've already done so many of these on so many different cars. There we go. That's out of the way. Somebody's had this out before and didn't fully put it back in. Let's pull these out. Repeat on the other side. And then we'll have to take these center braces loose. It would appear somebody has used drywall clips for this, but I guess it works. Probably the same guy that put the PVC back there on the heater hose. Just using all sorts of home supplies to repair this car. Luckily, he didn't do very much to it, so I don't have to undo too much screwery. So these run down and mount on the bottom, core support. I need to take those loose so I can have enough slack to pull them out of the way. So it would appear what we actually need to do, now that we've got the bottoms of these undone, is remove the bolts that mount the front of this grill so we can have a little flex here. And you could pull these pins all over on both sides, but I believe this one bolt will loosen us up enough. Well, this bolt and that one over there. And you know, guys, I came out here early in the morning to try to keep from being too hot while I did this. Do not move to the south. It's not even 8 a.m. yet, and I'm already soaking with sweat. And I'm in the shade. I specifically parked the car. The sunrise is over that direction. So I've got the whole car with a shade tree behind it and the trunk up. And it's just muggy as can be out here. There we go. That should give us enough flex room. Let's see. Get this out. Get this in front of our radiator on the bottom so we can come up a little higher. And this is a little dangerous because you don't want to puncture your radiator. There we go. Now I can pull this out of the way. There we are. That should make gaining access to this a lot easier now. All right, we've got that off. We'll just tuck it back over here somewhere to keep it out of the way. We should be able to, at this point, finagle this fan up and out. And since I got this from LKQ, it has snipped off old connections. I want to remove those. And we can line this back up. Get it underneath there. Line up our bottom slots. There we go. And these bolts will be easier to put back in now that we've got this stuff out of the way. This one's not much easier. We still have the AC and transmission cooler lines in the way. And I wish I could tell you that it's raining, but it's not. That is just me sweating all over the car. All right, hook back up your new connections. And I did test this at the LKQ to make sure it worked. I used my power probe, put power to it, both the fans spin just fine. Now that our fan's installed, we will reinstall our radiator hose before we cover it up with a cross brace. Now we have to finagle the cross member back into place. There we go, back in position there. We'll reinstall firstly our large cross member bolts. And honestly guys, if it wasn't for trying to make this video for you, I would have done this in the middle of the night because it is hot from before sun up to after sundown around here. And we don't have that dry heat like my friend Andy in Arizona. We got the swamp heat. Cross member reinstalled. Excellent. Now it's important to make sure that this lines up appropriately because that determines where your hood latch falls. So I noticed before I took it off, somebody had already scribed some marks, and you can also tell by where the paint's been covered up. And since this is what they had, we're just going to go ahead and use it again. Okay, those are reinstalled, cross members secured. I'll put the radiator mounts back in. Okay, radiator mounts are installed. Now we want to reinstall the screws for our grill slash bumper support here in the front. Now we've got to reinstall the air box. You have to slide these feet under these little tabs in the back and then do these latches down at the bottom. Move your hose out of the way and your electrical connector. Well, she was a little fiddly, but we got there. My goodness, I must have lost a good quart of sweat already. Again, guys, it's early in the morning. Welcome to Tennessee. Everything's connected. Now we should be ready to test. Let it get up to temperature and make sure that our cooling fan kicks on, and then we'll turn on the AC and make sure the condenser fan kicks on. And here we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We got up to temperature. Our fan's kicked on. That's job done. I think that's about it for today. We've got the Buick squared away with no more running warm issues, so that's very good. I'd like to give a special shout out to a good friend and subscriber, Julie, for having bought me this microphone that I have stashed in my beard for the whole episode. That's why the sound quality is better. Thanks, Jules. You guys didn't even know it was there. Incognito. So, I hope you guys are doing well wherever you are in the world. Thank you for watching another day in Harley's Modern Life, and I will see you next time. I don't have any stolen Pepsi or anything. I'm not sure how well I'm going to fit in here. I mean, it's a Buick, but gangsters normally drive Cadillacs for the body room. Oh, God. Oh, God. There's probably going to be a blooper reel for this.